Back in 2016, I was working at McDonald's. One of the guys that I particularly remember, he ordered double of everything, like double quarter pounder, double cheese, double sauce, double pickles, tons of onion rings and tons of nuggets. And at the end, he ordered Diet Coke. It felt like a meme. I nearly laughed, right? But underneath that, I was like asking my question, like internally, like how the fuck do you reach this kind of weight? Like what do you do with your life to reach that weight? I thought back then that I would never, no matter how bad I do in life, would ever reach that point. Well, 9 years later, I was proven wrong. I had become the guy that I wondered about one day. I couldn't understand him, but 9 years later, I do. Here's a photo of me in 2025, 9 years later, at 121 kilograms. You can see it like clearly in my face, like it's full. Like I have triple, you can see the chin, right? Like the triple chin, triple, not double. It's triple chin. It's covered with beard. Like the shoulders, it's leaking that I am overweight. And I was fit before, right? Like I mentioned that I used to train a lot in 2018 and 2019, but I didn't gain the weight through one insane decision, like, fuck it, I will just quit the gym and eat, you know? It's because one meal doesn't ruin your whole training, right? You still train hard, you feel like your weight is still the same, but like the choices that feel small, they accumulate and they sound reasonable, they sound normal. You know, you're just going through life. You are just trying to recover. You are just working on yourself and you deserve a break. These all sound rational and normal. But one thing after another, they create a pattern. For example, here are like some old photos of me, like from 2023 and beyond. This cake, for example, this is a handmade cake. Right? I asked my wife to do it all the time. It's very cheesy, very sweet, and like very tasty, right? This is me, like I keep my beard long because I want to cover the triple chin, and also I also wear like extra large and extra large shirts and hoodies all the time. The jacket couldn't like get zapped at the top, by the way. Like I had struggle with that a lot. That's why it stayed open all the time. Here's me doing barbecue back in the day, right? You can see like I'm clearly rounded. You know, this is like normal day in 2023, not some time like where I was relaxing or something. I still had like I'm coming back one day, but this one day never comes. You know, because the small choices that you're making are creating a lifestyle. They are creating a comfort zone. And the comfort becomes routine before the weight alarms it. Does it make sense? Like you feel like 100 and 102 are the same thing because you are over 100, right? So it doesn't matter that much. You still carry on doing the same shit you are doing over and over again. And in barbecue party here, for example, like having like some grilled chicken is not the bad thing. It's just in a setup like that, you overeat and you eat more than one thing, and that's how you end up in huge calorie surplus, if I have to put it nicely. And that became normal. I would have all that all the time. If not, I'm not having like the cake that my wife made, I'm getting something from the supermarket. I'm getting a beverage, especially sugary beverages like iced tea and stuff like that. And of course, every excuse was reasonable because if I want to do movement, right, any type of movement, because I still always had in my mind that I want to lose the weight one day, right? And this one day never comes for these reasons. Because if I want to do sport, any kind of sport, even if I join like a boxing club, for example, it takes too much time because it needs, I need to commute to it like 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's too much. Going to the gym, the same problem. And I need a setup because I need a shirt and I need like shorts to wear to the gym and stuff like that. Running outside in the park, like that's very inconvenient, like doing it in the winter, and also embarrassing because people will see me if I do it in the middle of the day, right? And quitting smoking, of course not now. Of course not, because I have a career, I'm doing shit, so I have to like relax somehow, right? And every excuse protected the lifestyle that I already had. I wake up in the morning, I go to work. I don't do breakfast at home. I bring from the bakery exactly one pizza and one chocolate croissant. Okay, and I eat all that, and then I have it with a 3+1 coffee, and then I have cigarette after that, and then I get to work. Right, that's how the day starts for me, and that's how the rest of the day goes. Basically, we order something from outside, or we go do some crazy shit, like we do get Korean food. And with Korean food, you don't just have one plate, right? You have like multiple plates, and you have one bite of everything, and that's how you overeat, right? And the lifestyle went so far to the point where I was proud of being like silver in playing Valorant, like the game Valorant, right? Back in 2024. And this is me enjoying myself in a Korean restaurant in 2025. You can see clearly what the lifestyle produces. The lifestyle matched the body. That it's like, I can put it simply this way. There was no urgency. There was no need to do any workouts. There is no need to lose any weight. I'm just comfortable the way I am. Then it hit me, like, what am I really doing here? Like, until when this is going to be the case? And it starts bugging slowly, because not only that I'm not happy with what I'm seeing on mirror, but also it's starting to affect me like physically, right? Breathing struggles. Especially I have asthma. When you are overweight, it intensifies because you need more oxygen, right? And asthma stops that. Running the stairs was scary to me, to the point where I carefully do the steps, because if I my stride is bigger, and then I might trip over the stairs and break my leg, or even break my leg if I put a lot of pressure. That was real concern for me. And not only that, I mentioned before that I wanted to do a handstand. Well, that was in the back of my head as well. How can I do a handstand while I was 121 kilograms? It's just impossible. Well, technically not possible, but I am not betting on my genes being in the 0.00001% of people, right? Like I say always in my videos, assume your body is average and act accordingly. And from that perspective, doing a handstand is just an impossibility in my world. Well, having a normal life was also getting harder, really harder, because if you want to work in sales, for example, you have to be presentable, and being overweight, honestly, it takes away a lot from the leverage that you have, because looks is one part of being in sales, to be honest, and I cannot wear what I want when I am overweight. It's as simple as that. Then I made the changes. In April 2025, I looked at my life and decided, instead of going for one day, I would do day one, right? I would start regardless of the condition. Needing a gym is not an issue anymore, because I train with what I have, right? I mentioned before, I started walking first. Okay, and then walking turned into long running, and then long running became half marathons, and then I took that back a bit, and then I started doing calisthenics after I reached 110 kilograms, because I was afraid of breaking my joints before. And running is embarrassing, when you do it in the park and you're extremely slow, but I run regardless with people in the park. I turned that concern immediately off my head. And having food is not just having food anymore. There is nothing called food is just routine. I will pay attention to what I eat, and I will have exact portions, and I have exact macros in my food. I make sure of that every time till this day. And I will deal with it later. Became off the table. I act on it today. I do what I want to do today. And that's how committing became easy. It just, I start considering normal the lazy slug life that I had, and this became my new normal. Training twice a week minimum, right? Despite having a full-time job, I still work full-time job. I commute for 2 hours and I work 9 hours. That's 11 hours. So it consumes a lot of time, and that's clear. But what I wanted for myself mattered more, and you will see it here. Today, I am around 94 kilograms. It goes back and forth. I drop to 92 and then I get back to 94. But it's like oscillating, but like it's trending down. I'm following the weight, it's trending down, right? And this is an actual photo of me where I was like I was doing TikToks, right? This is a vertical. I was actually struggling to like kneel down and like tie in my shoes because my belly is so big. Like when I was 121, I would have like to like at the chair, I would have to tie my shoes. Like I like squeeze my guts so much to the point where it really hurts just to tie my shoes. And on a chair with the help of chair. At 112 kilograms, I actually made some progress here. Here. You can see the shirt like it's getting stretched because of how much fat I was. Even then, like I was putting, you can see here, I was putting my hand on my knee so I can stand up. Like I couldn't stand up like with no hands, right? And this is how my body looks today, or recently at least. Like in the last few days, this is a recent photo. All right, and I'm not finished. Like this is going to be like my direction until the end of this year. That's like the minimum. And my Strava is a testimonial of that. Here, now of course this is 16 weeks on Strava. Before that I was training at home whenever I can because it was raining outside all the time, so I would train at home. I would do like simple calisthenics. That was the minimum for me. All right, and you can see it here clearly. Twice a week. I took a day off because I wanted to go to sea to swim, but there was a ban on the beach, so I didn't go back then. But I carried on the next week, and I did 3 days a week. I was training between days, by the way. And also in the last week, like today is 22nd, I also ran like only 2 hours ago. For you, it might be tomorrow, but for me, I did the run today. I did like 9 kilometers, not 11 kilometers I was supposed to do, but that's another story. The point here is that I showed up every time. And showing up is what gets you the result. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of the conditions, regardless of the excuses that you have in your mind, that's what gets you from this point, from being overweight, struggling to stand up, to the point where you are comfortable enough with your body to take photos of. And this is what changing my normal produced so far. If I stayed in the previous normal, right? Like I mentioned, I had, just a second. I had like a gaming channel, right? It's built around my lifestyle, the same lifestyle, the lazy slug who eats everything, like doesn't overthink shit and just enjoy the day, right? This is a setup from my like old gaming channel, right? Like I had a gaming channel where I do commentaries, stuff like that. It matched the life that I had. It makes sense, right? Because being overweight and a gamer is just it's just a perfect combo. What can I say? And here's the thing: this is not the flex yet. The flex or the evidence of what I am actually proud of is this. This is actually like from yesterday. That's why I did the 9 kilometers run today, because I did back and biceps, but my back affected my run today. So I will change some rules about that. Now, the flex here is this. You see, when you are overweight, you cannot see your veins, but now I can see them clearly. And that's under normal lighting, by the way. Like there was no special lighting. I have white lights in the room, right? And I was doing like curls, and I got a pump here, and it just looks amazing. I feel like Killua from Hunter x Hunter, if you know, like when you get hands so veiny, and I feel like I can pierce through something. You know what I mean? It's just amazing feeling. It's just amazing feeling to lose the weight. And actually I can show off my body. And I am like really within, like I have the desire in me to, within this year, to do a shirtless video where I feel proud to show what I have accomplished so far. And this day is coming. I just hope it's sooner than I think. Now, I want to see how far I can take this. I will announce my full plan within the next few days for September, and I want you to follow along. If you want to lose weight, this is your chance. I will post a video. I will share my exact nutrition. I will share my exact training routine, and I will share my exact numbers and what to do when you have a bad day of eating or not training. I will show everything. I will show the food, the exact food. I will photograph the food itself, and I will do runs, mistakes, everything from start to finish. Okay, it's gonna be so. It's the first time I do such thing, and I'm gonna be doing it month by month. I will start with September, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be full of documentation. Everything will be documented from start to finish, even the failures, because everybody assumes that doing sports is just a black and white thing. You either do it or you don't. Actually, there are a lot of mistakes and a lot of problems that goes along with everything. But what matters is that which direction you're going in. Are you going forward or backwards? And in my case, clearly, I'm going forward. All right? Here, okay? And I think this is enough to motivate you to actually get started on losing weight. If this is not enough, I don't know what to tell you. But I will leave you with this. It only gets, the more weight you lose, the better it gets. Your body feels better, you feel lighter, you feel stronger, and you feel more capable, and you feel more aligned with your body. This is how I went from the McDonald's guy that I thought that I would never become. Then I became that guy, and that's how I am recovering from being that guy. All right? I will leave the rest for the next video, and until then, stay safe and take care.